Wow! Obesity is a disease a game changer in Singapore
Obesity has been seen as a simple problem of willpower, diet, and exercise for decades. But science is now pointing to it being far more complex than a physical sign of our moral failings. Obesity is now recognized by the World Health Organization and many medical professional bodies as a chronic disease influenced by genetics, hormones, and environmental factors. There is increasing evidence that metabolic and hormonal imbalances can make weight loss challenging without the help of medical intervention. BMI Calculator. Being overweight or obese increases one's risk of cardiovascular disease. Use our BMI Calculator tool below to find out if you are of healthy weight. Ideally, your body mass index, BMI, should be between 18.5 and 22.9 kg/m2. Note: BMI should not be used to calculate health risks in pregnant women, people with a muscular build, and the elderly. These BMI values also do not apply to youths below 18 years old. Ideally, your body mass index, BMI, should be between 18.5 and 22.9 kg/m, as shown in the table below. Being overweight, BMI + 23 kg/m2, puts you at risk of many heart-related problems: type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease, stroke, some types of cancer, bone and joint disorders.
Higher blood pressure and a wider waistline. That's what's plaguing more Singaporeans compared with pre-pandemic times. Hypertension and obesity are among the issues flagged in the latest National Population Health Survey, which interviewed some 8,000 adults from mid-2021 to 2022. It also found fewer Singapore residents have diabetes and high blood cholesterol. Another national survey on eating habits found that residents are consuming more sodium than what is recommended. So nearly 2 in 5 Singapore residents were found to have hypertension or high blood pressure. That's nearly double the number from 2010. The increase was mainly in older people aged 50 to 74 years old. Obesity is also on the rise. Close to 12% of Singapore residents are overweight. Now, the increase was mainly seen in the 18 to 29 and 40 to 59 age groups.
Chronic diseases like diabetes, hypertension, high blood cholesterol are consequences of our lifestyles, especially eating habits. We are what we eat. Food can be medicine if we eat well, but it can be poison if we do not eat well.
In a corresponding study on eating habits, it found people in Singapore are eating more fatty foods. Fat intake is up 6 grams from 2019 to 2022. Of the total amount of fat consumed last year, 36% consisted of saturated fat, and this exceeds the recommended limit of 30%. Well, on the flip side, whole grain consumption remains low. Only 4% of staples consumed last year were whole grains. Daily sodium intake is also up among the population. 9 in 10 Singapore residents were found to exceed the daily recommended amount. That's around 2,000 milligrams or 1 teaspoon of salt.
HPB will therefore also launch a campaign to encourage industry and F&B operators to pledge to reset sodium levels, roll back sodium content in their dishes to the levels in 2010. We can do this by switching to lower sodium salt, or better, simply adding less salt or less condiments.
The industry is already working to lower salt consumption. Sabrina Ng serves up their latest efforts as she goes on a food hunt.
A steaming bowl of laksa or plate of nasi lemak. These dishes are popular meal options among locals, but they also pack a punch, and at times a whole day's worth of sodium intake.
An excessive amount of salt intake is an important contributory factor to development of high blood pressure. Over time, this high blood pressure may cause deterioration in the function of the heart and can cause heart failure.
That's why the Health Promotion Board is working with industry partners to lower sodium levels in food. For this restaurant, they're looking to switch the salt they use at all outlets from regular to lower sodium options.
We have actually already started doing some trials as we speak, but it's still the early stages of it. So far, our experience tells us that there is no significant noticeable differences between lower sodium salt compared to the regular salt.
Manufacturers too have a part to play. This food supplier provides ingredients for several large restaurant chains and schools in Singapore. They currently have 9 lower sodium products and are planning to add 3 more within the next few years.
Why we want to do it is because the schools actually need to have a healthier choice sources in their canteens. Yeah, but the schools actually don't have, the school canteen runners, operators, they don't have the budget to use a top grade soy sauce that has healthier choice. So we are trying to make our standard soy sauce, the more affordable one, to have a healthier choice logo with lower salt content.
Currently, there are 9 sauce suppliers providing lower sodium ingredients. The Health Promotion Board says more are expected to come on board in the coming months as part of the national push to adopt healthier choices.
Hey, hello friends, we come to the end already. Have you subscribed yet? Press the subscribe button and the like button and share button. Thank you and have a nice day.